And we've been discussing already a few little things about cards and like to discuss how, like our day-to-day kind of how we like cope and understand strategies.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for. I mean, I've got it written down there. Didn't know why we didn't want to go for it. But what can we discuss some of the other strategies? So this is a wonderful one, and you discussed the cards.
The cards. So I think it's a really good strategy for life, actually, just to be able to recognise how you're feeling, and for the people around you to know how you're you're feeling too. But I think certainly for the people that are living with you, just to be able to say, you know, I'm having a good, bad or ugly day, or, you know, to be able to sort of say, do you know what, I need to be able to walk away from this, or you don't want to talk about it all the time. I mentioned before about the weekly email to friends might be helpful. I think that people don't necessarily know what to do, and they'll say, oh, you know, tell me if you need anything. Well, actually, we're not very good at asking, are we? So it's quite good to nominate a person. Maybe, you know, you talked about the food fairies, and they're people that your friends that...
What are the food fairies?
Amazing. Everybody needs food angels. Basically, this time last year, a friend of mine set up a group, and I had nothing to do with it. I didn't know about it. And they deliver meals for me every, 3 meals a week or something like that. And it's fantastic because, when you are so exhausted and you've got little energy, I want to focus that energy on the important things, like with my children or with my family and friends and whatever else, not cooking tea and going out to do the shopping and things like that, because it's quite tiring. So to receive these parcels and everything be totally different, trying new things as well, is just the greatest help. And I would never have thought of it. And you feel incredibly guilty, but equally when you speak to everyone and they say, imagine it was the other way around, and I can't do anything else, I can't take it away from you, this is a tiny little bit, it's taken me half an hour to cook.
So it's those kind of practical things. So on a practical level, I think there are lots of strategies that people around you can take part in. So, cooking, like doing a cleaning rota, or just, I think that people don't know what to say. We know this, they don't know what to do. But actually having a few things up your sleeve, actually I could really do with this, or that's really helpful. Yeah.
And so other than food angels, fairies, angels or fairies, they have to be very specific.
I think they're angels. They call them food angels.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Are there any other things that you put in place, strategies or things that have been put on you, it seems, as well?
I'd say they were put on me and they evolved naturally.
Yes. Yeah.
In a very positive manner. That sounds put on me. Other things were, we'd go out every 3 weeks. So the night before my chemotherapy, we'd go out for a meal, because that was my best week, with your immunity and things like that. And you'd get lots of messages and things asking if you need help, but like you say, it is difficult because you think, I know they've offered, but I don't want to ask. But again, that gets easier as well. I can't think of anything else really. The food angels and the general friendship, just the normal things. I want to be normal. Don't think, oh, should we invite Sarah here? Just do it.
Yeah, ask, and you can always say no.
Yes.
Something I'd say, strategy for sort of when you're having a very overwhelming day, just write it down.
Yeah.
Write it down, so that I always say, try and write how you're feeling, mentally and physically every day, so that when you look back and just think, oh my God, last week was really hard, probably not every day was really hard, and you may have had, it's a really good way of, do you know what, I had more good days than bad.
Yeah.
Or I was feeling really tired, and why was that? Oh, because it was my first week on, or middle
I
week.
started to write a diary originally, and the only reason I stopped really is because I felt I'd come to the end of that therapy, because it was like therapy, writing everything down.
And it's not for everyone, and I think this is the same about, we talked about when we first spoke about counselling. It's not for everybody, but for some people it's incredibly helpful.
Yeah.
Totally.
And certainly for people who have that overwhelming fear of dying, it can mindfulness, I'd really recommend. There's lots of apps for mindfulness. There's an incredible book on mindfulness for health, and it helps you just pull everything back, and instead of just everything feeling enormous, you just pull it right back down, and you know, you might have days where you don't even think you can get out of bed and you can't envisage being able to brush your teeth, but you will be able to. You know, you'll just break it down and just breathe and stop and just give yourself time.
Mindfulness is definitely something.
Meditation really helps.
Yeah, totally new to me. But I do it regularly, and I really find it helps, particularly for sleeping. Reiki, reflexology, all sorts of things like that I've never been open to before, and would have probably thought, oh, you're talking rubbish. Actually, I have weekly reflexology, and I look forward to it.
Really helps people.
Yeah, it's
and for me as a nurse, I find it heartbreakingly sad that you know, I'm sure if I wasn't a nurse and I wasn't in this world, I'd be the same, but it's often only when we're stopped in our tracks by these things that we explore
definitely
all of these strategies for life that is stressful enough, and there are ways that we can make it a bit easier, and for the people around us. You know, mindfulness is a life hack, definitely.
That's where cancer gets a little bit difficult for me, because it's so negative. I am not grateful for having cancer at all, but at the same time it's brought so many fantastic things into my life, like reflexology and Reiki and mindfulness and becoming an author, and you know, discussing this and helping other people. That
you're not alone.
There are positives.
I feel like that as a nurse, that you know, it's the biggest privilege.
It's sad that it takes
something
so
vicariously
big
through this. You know, other people's journeys, but it's I think it's an amazing legacy as well, isn't it? For you, for everyone around you. I'm sure it will make everybody, not that you want to be the person pioneering, but and I think it's an unwelcome gift, isn't it? Cancer. You didn't ask for it, but you know, it's something that we can all do to live our lives better, isn't it? And calmer, and I think
we've met. And sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I think just you've made me think that the biggest strategy for me is life, living life. You know, living life normally with my friends, my family, and my children. They do make this diagnosis even harder because of the emotional side and the aspects of that they bring into it, but they actually also make it a lot easier, because those days when you think you can't get up, you have to. There is no, you know, they're 6 and 3. They want to get up and play, so you've got to get up and play.
They lead
and
the way,
help.
don't they? And I think that,
and it helps.
Yeah, and also what you said about what am I going through this for is so. You know, if it's not to live, then that is so powerful, I think, Sarah, because it's about, and that's going to help you, isn't it, with your as well as, you know, mindfulness and all of those other strategies and ways, but it just helps you punctuate your day, doesn't it?